by both. I will give you the answer choices, so you just have to know what they mean. So degree is based on your highest power. And your options are constant, linear, quadratic, cubic, and quartic. Number of terms, your options are monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial. All right, make sure we know what those mean. So constant is just a number, no variable. Linear means you have an x to the first. Quadratic is an x squared. Cubic would be x to the third. What do you think quartic means? X to the fourth. Monomial means one term. Binomial, two terms. Trinomial, three terms. Polynomial is just anything after that. So when I look at this one, these are all questions that are going to be graded, so make sure you're writing these down. This is part of your homework, but I'm doing part of it with you. When I look at this one, my highest power is 3. If it's x to the third, we call it cubic. So that's the first word. Then I look at the number of terms. There is only one term here. One term means monomial. So we classify that cubic, monomial. When I look at number 2, my degree is the highest power. The highest one I see is x squared. X squared means quadratic. My number of terms. We have 3 terms here. 3 terms means trinomial. Okay, so quadratic, trinomial. All right, so that's your first few questions on the study guide. Just looking at those and classifying them. There is one question after that I failed to put a review on, so I'm going to add a question up here. If I ask you to write, let's say 12a squared b minus 24a cubed plus 6ab squared plus b to the fourth in standard form. Standard form means decreasing power, highest to lowest. But if you have multiple variables, you do alphabetical. What do I mean by that? I have A's and B's. Which one comes first in the alphabet? A. So I'm going to do the highest powers of A. Okay, my B terms just come along. So if I'm looking, my highest power of A is right here. So we have negative 24a to the third. Okay, my next biggest power of A is right here. So that was a positive 12a squared b. My next highest power of A is right here, 6ab squared. And my last one, it doesn't have any a's, so we just put that to the fourth. So standard form is your biggest to smallest exponent. If there's multiple variables, just do it off the one that comes first in the alphabet. Then the second thing that we did was simplifying expressions. So adding, subtracting, multiplying. When I look at this first one, if there is a minus, what do you have to do with that? I'll wait until somebody says it because you guys know. What do we do with the negative in front? We're going to distribute that so it changes every sign in here. So this becomes a positive 4y squared, negative y, and a negative 7. Now you add like terms. So negative 5y squared and positive 4y squared. They're the same if the variables match. You add the numbers in front. So negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1y squared. Okay, and if you're not writing these down right now, then you have more homework later. Positive 3y and negative 1y. So 3 minus 1 is 2. 2y. The variable doesn't change, you're just adding numbers in front. -6 plus -7 is -13. On B, you have to start with your multiplication. So I am going to distribute this 3. When you do that, you multiply the 3 and the 4, so that's 12. With our A's, I have 1A here and 2 here, so that's 3 altogether, my 2 B's. Minus 3 times 2 is 6. 1A and 1A gives me 2 A's. 2 B's and 1 B is 3 B's. Now I'm distributing this one. So 8 times 2 is 16. We have 2 A's and 2 B's. 8 times -3 is -24. 2 A's and 1 A gives me 3 altogether in the B. 8 times -5 is -40. We still have the A squared B. What would I need to do next? Add like terms. So 12 a to the third, b squared. Do we have any other a to the third b squareds? No, so it just comes down. If you guys think you don't need this review, I'm happy to stop. We can take the test right now. I have it ready. When I'm looking at this one, a squared b to the third, do we have any other a squared b to the thirds? No, so we just keep it. Do we have any like terms here? No. So do I really even need to rewrite it? No. You're checking for like terms, but I didn't give you any, so that's our answer. All right. C, how do we multiply? We talked about FOIL, or everything in the first times everything in the second. So W times 4W is 4W squared. Outside, W times 2 is 2W. Inside, -4 times 4W is -16W. Last, -4 times 2 is -8. Do I have any like terms here? Yeah. My W's. 4W squared. 2 minus 16 is -14W minus 8. Next one, I gave us another multiplication. So we have to take everything in the first times everything in the second. A times A squared is A to the third. A times -3A is -3A squared. A times 5 is 5A. Now we take the 3 through. 3 times A squared is 3A squared. 3 times -3A is -9A. 3 times 5 is 15. All right, do we have like terms? Yep. -3A squared and positive 3A squared, what happens? Cancel out, so we don't have to put A squared anymore. 5 minus 9 is -4A plus 15. All right, we have 2 more review problems. Is this coming back to you? You remember doing this before? It's been a while. We've been stuck on factoring for quite some time. E, what does it mean if I say 3y plus 1 squared?
You have 2 of them.
If I have 2 of these, to multiply them out. So 3y times 3y is 9y squared. 3y times 1 is 3y. 1 times 3y is 3y. 1 times 1 is 1. So that's what I get from multiplying. We still have these other terms. So now we add together like terms, anything with the variables the same. So a positive 9 and a negative 7 give me 2y squared. 3y plus 3y is 6y. 1 plus 8 is 9. The last problem is a division. And to do that, we divide everything by the denominator. So I have 3 terms on top. I'm taking each of those and dividing the 3ab. So when we do that, we're dividing the numbers. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. If you have 3 a's on top and 1 on the bottom, how many are left? You have 3 and you take one of them away, 2, because you're dividing. When you divide, you subtract those exponents. Okay, if you have 3 b's on top and 1 on the bottom, then we have, well, we still have 2 b's left because we cancel out 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. You have 2 a's on top, 1 on the bottom. 2 minus 1 is 1. B's, 2 on top, 1 on the bottom. 2 minus 1 is 1. 24 divided by 3 is 8. You have 3 a's on top and 1 on the bottom. So 3 minus 1 is 2. And there, my b's, it's the same thing on top and bottom, so those cancel.